Alright guys, my name is Xavier Johnson and I welcome you all to the second part of my second tutorials. As you can see, I've kept my HTML code and its corresponding output intact. Please note that we would be using Firefox in this tutorials because it shows how a web page is getting rendered with absolute ease. All that you got to do is go to your Notepad++, run, launch in Firefox, and when your web page opens up, right click on the web page and click on View Page Info. And right here you see what mode a page is getting rendered in. It states Standards Compliance Mode. Now this has happened because of the doc type we have defined. If I go ahead and remove this doc type, save the file using Ctrl S, go to the browser and refresh the screen, you see that there is hardly any difference in the output. But if you right click and view the page info now, it should state Quirks mode. And there it is. So the natural question that arises in our mind is, what is the standards compliance mode and what is the Quirks mode? Let me just type that down. Standards compliance mode. What is the Quirks? QUIRKS mode question mark. Well, what you need to know is Quirks mode enables your browser to behave as an older browser, like for example i4 or 5. I really do not know when i4 was released, but i5 was released somewhere around 1999 or 2000. So that is pretty old. You can Google it out to get the exact information. It's not really all that important. But what is important to know is that these browsers implemented CSS that did not match the W3C standards. So this should raise another couple of questions in your mind, like what is W3C and what are its standards? Well, W3C is the short form for World Wide Web Consortium. Um, just a moment guys, let me remove all these extra stuff right here because it's taking too much of space and is not needed in this tutorials. So now that I've deleted them, I've got a lot of space to work on and carry on with this tutorial. So as I was saying, W3C is short form for World Wide Web Consortium. It was founded by Tim Berners-Lee in 1994. Yes, you're right. The same guy who founded HTML, who created HTML, is the same guy who has founded this organization. Yes, played a major role in the overall development of the import of the internet. The simple objective of this organization is to lead the web page, is to lead the web to its full potential. And how does it do that? By laying certain standards or rules. Modern web browsers like Chrome and Firefox follow these rules. So if I'm to open this page in Chrome or Firefox, the output remains the same. That is, these browsers give the same user experience. That is, the web page is displayed as intended. This is possible because these modern day web browsers follows the standards or rules laid down by W3C. Now, I'm not really sure, but it is quite possible that there could be web pages still in existence that were created before the W3C standards was formulated. So these web pages will render correctly only if handled by the older browsers, because the older browsers too did not follow the W3C standards, or I could say that the older browsers implemented CSS that did not match the W3C standards. So what would browsers these days generally do if it comes across a web page that was created before the standards was laid? It still needs to display the output as intended, right? So what browsers these days generally do is it checks the HTML document for the doc type. If it is present, it's going to render the page in the standards compliance mode. If not present, it's going to go into the Quirks mode, that is, behave like an older browser, assuming that the HTML page was created before the W3C standards has been finalized or laid. It does this because, as I mentioned before, old web pages will render correctly only if handled by older browsers. Okay, so that is all, guys. That is all you need to know about doc types as far as my tutorials is concerned. I hope you found it informative. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like, comment, and share my video. Thanks and have a great day.